style edition. Goddamn, do my hair while we look at see what's going on out here on this internet. Mm. First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I thought as a child, and stood as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Oh, somebody getting cussed out, I guess. Baby, baby, shut up. I'm on. Shut up. Mm, she cussing somebody out, y'all. One of them kids got in trouble. Anyway, sorry for unprofessionalism.
Investigation in an armored truck heist in Philadelphia's Port Richmond section. The FBI is assisting local authorities after two men made off with a significant amount of money right here. Action News reporter Annie McCormick has the details on how they are able to make off with so much cash.
It happened just before 8 o'clock this morning, and sources are telling us that Brinks driver was alone in the truck when he was approached by two armed men who made off with more than $1 million in cash and his gun. Philadelphia police and the FBI responding to an armored truck heist in Port Richmond. Sources say at least $1.5 million was stolen when that Brinks truck made a stop at this Home Depot in the 3700 block of East Thompson Street.
1.5 million, you said? Yeah, that's crazy. I had pulled up, I seen the truck, but I didn't know what was going on for real. It was just a whole bunch of tape up, but that is crazy though.
Shoppers at the Target behind the Home Depot watched investigators process the scene. Just before 8 a.m., two armed men in all black wearing ski masks ambushed the driver who was operating the truck alone. They stole the driver's gun.
I wonder, was that him? He looked like he was stressed out. He looked like one of the people that got robbed. It's badass.
Two.
When I see stories like these, I always automatically assume that the driver was in on it.
Me too. Me too, bro. Always.
A Brinks truck driver is stopping at a Home Depot by himself, alone, to pick up over $1.5 million. Now, my instincts and my initial reaction to this is three suspects. It was three armed suspects. The two that robbed him and the one that got robbed. You know what I'm saying? The two that robbed him and the one that got robbed. All right, so how you know him? That's my first line of questioning. How you know him and where you know him from? Did you recognize the voice of the suspect? No, I don't know who Rodney was. So it was Rodney. So it's Rodney that robbed you, huh? The Brinks truck driver and the two suspects are the suspects of this whole situation. Man, y'all ain't tricking nobody. Y'all didn't watch too much of The Town, so you knew the whole.
What would y'all do if y'all knew somebody that came up on a $1.5 million lick like that? Or not even that, not even knew somebody. Like, what if you were walking up and you saw the Brinks truck right there by Lowe's, just nigga sleeping, looking just off guard, off duty. Y'all gonna risk it? Or y'all gonna take your ass back home and work, live check to check? I'm taking my ass back home, living check to check. Shit not worth it, y'all. It's not worth it nowadays. You not want to go to jail. Not depends on how old you is, and that's even more reason why you don't want to go to jail. If you goddamn 30 and up, you don't want to go to jail. Especially not for no 8 years and more. Especially if you got a family. Y'all got to think about your actions before y'all do it. I'm trying to tell you. But on the other hand, shoot, get away with it. Put the money up. I mean, if you know you about to get caught, you got to put the money up. Come back home after 8. Would y'all do 8 years for $2 million? That's the better question. Like, would you do 8 years for $2 million? Some people feel like they can make $2 million in 8 years. Some people never made $2 million in 48 years in their lifetime. Me, I ain't gonna tell you what I'm gonna do online, but
Whole thing you knew when the Brinks truck. Ain't no people. Most people ain't even as sophisticated no more.
yeah,
People ain't even as smart. Why is the Brinks truck driver by itself? At the very least, they should have pistol whipped him, hit him in the mouth, hit him in the head a couple times. Got to make it look real. Because if you don't pistol whip him, if you just leave him tied up, if he don't have no bruises on him or anything like that, come on, fam. 1.5 M's, that's $500,000 each. That's $500,000 each.
if I'm in on the plane, I gotta pistol whip you, bro. I can't just walk out. Nobody scarred up, nobody beat up from being passed. I mean, nobody passed out from being beat up. Something got you just can't. Police can't just come on the scene and you just all calmly, not even sweating like that, talking about you just got robbed. Nah, that ain't gonna fly. Then the cameras might be out there. It gotta look good. We gonna make it look like a movie. Gotta make it look like a movie.
They going for that one. Nobody's, which means that you can't charge nobody with murder. Have y'all ever seen Heat? Y'all need to go watch Heat. Heat, ladies will love Heat too, because it had some love in it. Had a cop who was losing his marriage, had a man that wound up leaving a girl because he wanted to focus on his business, and the woman was heartbroken, but she was an artist and all of that stuff, and different families. And one family, the guy was and tried to kill him and all. Wayne Grow, all right, driver. The called, then it elevated over into million or more setup. This looks like a finesse.
Yeah.
Investigators have now left and taken the Brinks truck
Oh,
away.
Mr.
They've
Dapper.
focused the
Hold on,
majority of their
Let's talk about that for a second. So on after hours, on Friday and Thursday, I was sitting there, on after hours, and we was talking about it, and they were saying, "Oh man, I went and seen 28 years later." Slimmy said he told me, he went and seen 28 years later, and it was filmed on this. Man, I went to go see that movie.
Nah.
Do you know that I got up and walked out? I couldn't believe how much they disrespected my movie. I'm a horror film fanatic. I love zombie movies, all of them. I love zombie movies. 28 Days Later was phenomenal. 28 Years Later, not as good as 28 Days Later, but great movie, phenomenal movie. 28 years later, you can skip it.
I'm trying to get that
skip
story,
it.
y'all. Hold on. Sorry, Ann.
I texted Slimmy and I texted the group chat. I said, by film, they could have kept that movie thing. I just got up. Go.
On this alleyway that runs alongside the Home Depot.
Who would think about doing something like that? You know what I mean? You're going to get caught eventually.
Usually stuff like this does not even happen around here. It just feels unsafe anymore.
Sources say investigators are looking into another armed robbery of a Brinks truck, also involving two suspects. It happened June 2nd in Queens, New York. In that case, the driver and armed guard were robbed of a gun and $300,000 in cash. Back in Philadelphia, they continue.
Man, bank robberies used to be the shit back in the 90s, especially in Cali. I'm born in the 80s. Don't ask me how I know. I just know bank robberies used to be the shit, especially if you don't hurt nobody. You know your roots, jump off the highway, on the highway. Yeah. Up north and over there in the west side, niggas is always bank robberies. A lot of people came up back in the day off of bank robbery.
To investigate. Those two armed men, according to police, were last seen fleeing southbound in a black Hyundai here on East Thompson Street.
Carrie says, I had to pretend Jason and Freddie were my friends so I wouldn't be scared of them anymore. These guys are going to get caught. It's the same two guys, and they going around and they robbing Brinks trucks. All right. So you got away with the first one, and then you got away with the second one. And so the second one was a bigger heist because they got away with $300,000 the first time, which that's $150 apiece. and plus whoever put them onto the score. So maybe they had to pay out on that. And then you got the second heist, but now they keep on robbing the same Brinks trucks around the same areas. And so now they're going to get hip to the game and they're going to make adjustments. And one of the biggest ways that people get caught that do crime, they don't do it once, get the adrenaline, walk away. You know what? We won. We just going to move along.
What? She can go and go live with my brother. What? In the discussion, in the story. We just gonna kick it today, matter of fact. I'm getting my hair done. We just gonna talk. We just gonna kick it. We just gonna talk about life. We just gonna talk about life, y'all. Hey, look, I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all in y'all 20s, I'm talking to my younger people. Y'all in y'all 20s, your 30s, y'all wanna, keep a good relationship with your family. Keep a good relationship with your family. You never know. You never know when you're gonna need them. You never know when you're gonna be enabled. Is that the word? Enable. You never know. Then you got the audacity to tell somebody else to goddamn to go live with somebody else in their house. You trying to basically I'm trying to say is it's like me coming to your house. You invited me to your house because I really can't take care of myself and I don't want to go to a group home. I mean, I don't want to go to a old people home. I don't want to go to an old people home. So that right there is generous. Like nigga, just somebody taking you in is generous right there. So now you goddamn, you just a burden, but they still putting up with you because you family. Family. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You just be wanting to goddamn smoke a little weed sometime. You get mad, you don't got your weed, but they ain't nobody's fault but yours. You gotta know how to manage your money. The checks you get every month, you gotta know how to manage it. The people that you renting out to, they ain't trying to kill you like that. They just want you to respect them and goddamn, clean up after yourself and have that money on time. But people get comfortable. Oh, I need to play my shit. People get comfortable and they say stupid shit like, how about you go live with your son? What? Oh my God. I'm talking about the person is you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you the scenario. Imagine your grandparents bring in your your granddaddy brother. So you basically got your granddaddy, your daddy, your uncle, and his wife in the house. His wife and your husband take him in because of the stuff I just told you. You getting old, don't want to go in no home and stuff like that. But now you just feeling entitled, feeling like you just going in the fridge taking people juice and stuff. You don't do that. Come on, man. So guess of course you know who's the first to go. He said, "Mama." Oh hell, what? What? He told the woman of the house that paying the bills that she got to go. You can only imagine how the husband feel when his brother told his wife, "You got to go live with your son." Mm, mm, mm. Somebody about to get their ass whooped. I'm about to get my hair done. Y'all come kick it with me in a little bit. Let me goddamn, go do a couple things. I'm gonna come back on real fast. Pause cast podcast over and now. We're gonna have a couple story times today. A couple just story times, analogy, I don't know, scenarios, just popping shit, phone calls, people calling in. I don't want to. Over and out, man.